Nigeria's water transportation sector is plagued by a disturbing trend of boat accidents, resulting in fatalities and numerous cases of missing passengers. Vivian Ezeadiefe reports that within 8 months of 2024, more than 100 lives have been lost to a series of boat mishaps. She investigates the underlying cause and brings us the proposed solutions by experts.
Nigeria's water transportation sector is facing a devastating crisis. Despite being a key travel mode, 116 deaths were recorded in just 8 months of 2024, totaling 936 fatalities between 2022 and 2024, with 313 deaths in 2022 and 507 in 2023. Hundreds more are reported missing. The alarming number of accidents has been attributed to overloading, outdated infrastructure, and disregard for safety measures. Manufactured boats, often old and weak, are being used to transport passengers with little to no enforcement of safety regulations.
The issue is we have extensive waterways in Nigeria. We have about 10,000 kilometers of waterways. Well, it just happened that recently it's in the news for the bad news of having so many accidents. One of the main reasons is waterways transportation is increasing, by the way, because of the bad roads and people fear of traveling by road because of all the security challenges. Then secondly, also there is no observation of regulations in terms of wearing life jackets and also using navigable crafts within the water system.
I happen to be from a riverine community, and I can agree with you that we have challenges regarding safety on our waterways. Part of what causes such problems is ignorance, and we can correct that by educating our people. Why did I say ignorance? For each boat that goes on the waterway, there is a capacity in terms of tonnage, in terms of number of persons that the boats can accommodate. And so the regulators are supposed to enlighten the people on such weights that the boats can carry and avoid overload of those boats with persons and goods moving from point A to point B. Another thing I realized is that when such boat mishaps occur, mortality should not be so high if each person on board the boat had a life jacket on. Use of life jackets should be made mandatory.
Experts urge the government to recognize the importance of water transportation and take immediate action to address these issues. Recommendation includes enforcing regulations and sanctions, promoting advocacy and enlightenment campaigns, encouraging private investment in modern boats and technology.
But the cardinal thing is that the newer operators, the boat operators, need to have the right training, which is in line with the STCW, which NIMAS has domesticated on behalf of the country, ensuring that whosoever is going to operate boats is well trained, and he can operate and he can follow the standards. For example, overloading should be prohibited. Plying within the odd hours in the night should also be prohibited. And then obeying safety standards is also required for them to implement. It's an international convention domesticated, but it's applied to all our waterways, right from the inland waterways to the high sea. But because there's an organization which regulates and operates, which is the inland waterways, we need to collaborate with them to ensure that the boat operators are being compliant with this.
Well, I think the first thing is compliance to regulatory enforcement. There's a regulation that is on ground by Lagos State's Ministry of Water Resources, particularly on the issue of use of life jackets, and that should be complied with. That's number one. Two, training of those who are operating motorboats, adequate training. I think they need adequate training, and that should be enforced. If that is enforced, the rate of mishap is also going to be reduced. I think these are two key issues that the government needs to put to ensure that they do to do that. Then infrastructure development. There is the need for them to put a proper infrastructure at the various jetty so that it will also reduce incidents.
The recurring boat accidents are a national tragedy. It's time for decisive government action to prevent further loss of life and ensure citizens' safety. For Dateline 360, Vivian Izadife.